Who's going to lead the NBA in scoring in 2018? Well, this previous season it was Russell Westbrook, as he put up over 30 points and he was the only one to do so. But OKC got busy this offseason. They acquired two guys who are going to be shooting the ball quite a bit. There's Paul George, who I could see playing an off-ball role while still handling the ball a decent chunk of the time. And then there's Carmelo Anthony, who loves isolations and post-ups and things like that. Now, I do picture Melo playing off-ball a bit more because of Westbrook, but still, Russell is not going to just do whatever the hell he wants offensively anymore, in the sense of, okay, all you get out of the way and I'm going to do my thing. There's going to be way more offense run for Carmelo Anthony and Paul George, and while I'm sure it will make OKC a better basketball team and make them way more difficult to defend, it could also result in Westbrook's points going down a few. So as a result, he might not be able to lead the league in scoring. Now, James Harden, he was number 2 last season at a little over 29 points a game. Their acquisition, Chris Paul, he's a playmaker. I mean, sure, CP3 is going to shoot the ball, but I think Chris Paul is smart enough to realize for this team to be at its most successful, Harden's got to be shooting the ball a lot. And if you noticed in preseason with these two together, Harden was getting a lot of easy shots from CP3, so I don't think Harden's scoring is going to go down at all. His assists might go down, but I can see his scoring actually going up a little bit. Anthony Davis, he was right up there, and actually his scoring increased once the Pelicans acquired DeMarcus Cousins. And I think we can also put Boogie into this conversation as well, because I mean, he was around 27 points a game. Between these two, I would give the better chance to Anthony Davis just because he's a better player than Boogie, and I think he'll be taking a few more shots a game, as he should. And ultimately, I think he'll end up putting up less points than a James Harden because, I mean, Boogie's going to shoot the ball a lot too, even if Davis's scoring went up a little bit this previous year. Isaiah Thomas is hurt, and he's going to be hurt for a while. Hard to imagine he comes back putting up nearly 30 points a game. The Cavaliers are not going to need him to do that like the Celtics did anyway. I think that could open up the avenue for LeBron James, though. LeBron's regular season mentality has always been to kind of do enough to where the team can win 50-something games, but he's not going 100%. So that could lead to where he just averages like 25 points a game, which he's done for a while. But because Isaiah Thomas is out, the only other 20-point-plus scorer is probably Kevin Love. Maybe LeBron will have to turn on the Jets a little bit. Damian Lillard, to me, is a quiet choice for this one. He was among the league leaders last season, as he's been for a while. But what's interesting is that with Jusuf Nurkic, in the post-All-Star break, Damian Lillard's scoring increased, and I don't think there's anyone else here who's really going to make his point total go down. Like, sure, CJ McCollum is going to put up over 20 as well, but I don't think that's as drastic as Paul George and Carmelo Anthony. DeMar DeRozan, he's going to have a real chance because the Raptors, sure, they made some changes. CJ Miles is replacing DeMar Carroll and things like that, but for the most part, their makeup is very similar, in my opinion. And I also think what could help DeRozan's case for this is that I believe Kyle Lowry is going to play less minutes this season. He just has to, given his age and how many minutes he's played the past couple of seasons. But next up, we're going to go with Kawhi Leonard. And with Kawhi, his scoring, I mean, the dude can put up points, there's no doubt about it. A couple things, though. Number one, Spurs have a heavy ball movement type of system. Also, Kawhi's minutes are probably not going to be through the roof because Popovich never plays his guys too many minutes, wants to conserve them for the playoffs. That could hold Kawhi back. Now, LaMarcus Aldridge being the number 2 guy, I mean, LA's not going to be shooting the ball too much. He's probably going to play about 27 minutes a game, and he's probably going to average about 15, 16 points. So we'll have to see on that one. Now, the Golden State Warriors have 2 guys who I could put into this conversation. First one being Kevin Durant, of course, who has all the talent in the world to lead the league in scoring. Other one being Steph Curry, who I can say all the same things for. They could balance each other out, though. This previous season, they both averaged around 25 points. That could be the way it is, because you got Durant, you got Steph, and now you got Klay Thompson. All these guys are going to be shooting. And there just might not be enough shots to go around for either one of these two to really lead it. Kyrie Irving, If he plays a similar role to Isaiah Thomas, I could see it, because Isaiah Thomas was hoisting the ball up and then some for the Celtics last year, as he put up around 29 a game, and Kyrie has all the talent to do that. But they also didn't have Gordon Hayward. He's a plus 20-point scorer, whereas before they had guys who were content with putting up about 15 points a game. So Hayward could knock Kyrie's point total down, but the team itself should be better. Karl Anthony Towns could go on to be the best offensive center that we've seen in a very long time, and that could start this season, but Jimmy Butler and Wiggins are going to be shooting the ball a lot as well. Ultimately, I think my pick is James Harden, because while his team made additions, I don't see any of those additions really taking away from his shot attempts. I mean, Luke, Richard, and Mbah-a-Moute and PJ Tucker, those guys are both about defense. And then Chris Paul is going to be helping Harden score, you know? And, I mean, I've said it quite a few times at this point in this offseason, but my excitement level for seeing these two, James Harden and Chris Paul, it's pretty damn high. They should be the first or second best offensive team in the league. Golden State could be the other one that messes that one up for them. I'm going with James Harden, man. I think Harden's going to lead the league in scoring. I think Chris Paul is going to help him out a lot. I think he'll be playing off ball a little bit more. He's going to go nuts.